YouTube, what's up? I'm Cloud Envy, and I'm bringing you an NU match with NiPPs today. So let's look at this team preview real fast. I see he's got that Capture and that Goregeist and that Parasac. That's a big old flying fire weakness right there. We're pretty much going to have that covered with Swellow, Scyther, and Ninetales, so that's looking good. So I'm pretty sure his defensive core is either going to be Marowak and Hypno or Goregeist and Hypno, because Hypno isn't anything to play around with special defense-wise. And unfortunately, we did not have a water type. I haven't updated my NU team. I'm sorry. Since Seismitoad got moved up to RU, we've pretty much just been out of luck. So if he sets up any kind of rocks, it's really going to hurt, considering, again, Scyther, Swellow, and Ninetales. But we have that Sledgehog for it. We got the Sand Slash. I figured I'd bring Earthring, just showcase him a little bit. But, enough talking. Let's get this started up, man. So, I'm hyped for this. I'm really hyped for this. I've been trying to battle NiPPs for a while now. So I'm going to start off with Storm and get in the Scyther, and he's going to go straight into the Marowak. And I'm expecting him to go for the rock, so we're just going to U-turn out of there. And that's going to do a pretty significant amount of damage, which pretty much tells me he's not defense invested. I know I'm banded, but it really doesn't make too much of a difference in that aspect. So we're going to go straight into the Savage Poo. I want to get that Toxic Orb off before he has to take any damage. He goes to the rocks just like I expected. And I wanted to kind of feel out the situation. It's still early game. I can afford to make bad plays. So I'm going to go for the Seed Bomb, and he does switch out. I expected him to do it, but I wanted to make sure, just to see what kind of game he was going to be playing here. So we're going to go for the Seed Bomb, and it's Goregeist is going to take that pretty well, honestly. Like, I expected to take it, because we are not Guts. We're actually Quick Feet Earthring, because no one really expects that, And Earthring is nothing that wants to hit this Goregeist. We don't have the Max Slash. We actually have Seed Bomb, Earthquake, Facade, and Protect. So we're going to get the fuck right out of there. Go into the Firefox, who I know can deal some heavy damage to Goregeist. But considering he switched out against Earthring, I assume he's going to switch out now. After Firefox takes that seed, that was unfortunate. I really didn't want that. Because we're going to be taking Stealth Rock damage, we're going to be taking Life Orb damage. And it's not looking good for it in the long run. I know we're going to be able to get 1 or 2 good hits off, but he switches out. We're going to go for the Nasty Plot, so it's completely fine. He goes into the Hypno, get in my van. The oldest Hypno joke in the book, but still very golden. So we do get the Nasty Plot off, and we're getting sapped with that lead seed, and I'm liking that. I'm not a fan of that at all. We haven't even gotten a hit down, we're down to 50%. I want to go for the Fire Blast, and my god, this thing just eats it off. You can tell this Hypno is just completely bred to take special attacks. But he goes for the Thunder Wave, and I'm not going to say it was questionable, because it was a good play. It was a very good play. At the same time, you know what, I don't know what Hypno stats are. I can't judge it. I don't know if a Psy Shock or a Psychic would have got the job done. Ninetales has very high special defense. Either way, he got the Thunder Wave off. And he's going for that Wish, and I'm worried at this point, because I don't know what he's going to try to send in on me. Little fun fact, I did not write down or take a picture of his team, so at this point I kind of have like 3 or 4 memorized, and we're just kind of banking on the fact that I could take care of the last ones. But we do take care of the Hypno, and he's down, that's great. First kill of the game. He goes back into this Marowak, and I'm just kind of banking on, I'm like, you know what, I'll go for the Energy Ball, maybe he'll expect me to switch. Firefox gets knocked off right in her face. And that's okay though. He gets the Wish back, and I'm okay with it. So you go into Regice, and we're gonna take some more Stealth Rock damage. That Rocks is hurting so much of my team. It's actually 5 out of 6 are weak to Rocks, I think. But he goes to the Boomerang, and that's when I remembered, oh my god, Thick Club exists. This Thick Club Marowak is just gonna run train all over my team. And I can't have that. So we're going to go into Sledgehog. I figure I'll go for the knockoff just in case he predicts the Rapid Spin and wants to switch into the Haunter or the Goregeist. He actually stays in, takes the knockoff, and that's fantastic for me. I'm okay with that. He goes to the knockoff, takes out my Lumberry, which I'm not worried about. I mean, I sided in just in case. I mean, figured what if I get Will-O-Wisp, I have to switch into Toxic Spikes, whatever. We go for the Rapid Spin as he hits us with another Boomerang. And I honestly would use Earthquake, but Boomerang's still good. It takes care of subs if need be. And I expected him to set Rocks back up, so I wanted to go for the Swords Dance instead. I guess he expected me to he may have predicted me to expect the rocks and switch and go for the rock slide, which would have been a very good play if I had gone for the switch. But luckily, he doesn't get the rocks up. And that's going to be a key component in this game. Now I go for the Earthquake, knock that thing right out, and I'm so happy because Rocks completely decimates me. Utterly decimates me. But he's going to switch into this Haunter, go for the Sludge Bomb. That's fine. Sledgehog did his job. He took care of the rocks. That's all he's here for. Literally all he's here for is to be a spinner. So we're going to go into Storm again, and I'm not too worried about this thing. I figure we'll outspeed it. We know it's Life Orb. I'll go for the Pursuit. If he wants to switch, it's dead. If he wants to stay in, it's dead. But he actually tries for the switch. We get that Pursuit. We get that Technician boosted double damage Pursuit, and it's beautiful. But he's going to go back into this Gourgeist, and I do not want Scyther to get burned. I know he's going to go for the Will-O-Wisp. I'm really not trying to have that happen, so we're going to get out of there and go right into Top Gun, who's going to take that burn like a boss. And he actually does end up going for the Will-O-Wisp, and that's fantastic. So Top Gun is all kinds of prepared. He's got his Guts boost. Luckily, we're not taking toxic damage, taking burn damage instead. And we're going to go straight for the Brave Bird here. Just going straight for that Brave Bird, and this Gourgeist is the fattest thing in the world because it's, oh my god, it's Guts boosted, stab, times 2 damage, and it still lived. That's impressive defense right there. But he goes for that Lead Seed, and that was a good play. Because he can't really burn me, he can't use any ghost attacks on me, and switching out might be dangerous. So now Top Gun's going to be taking a lot of residual damage. And I figure, at this point, I can go for a U-turn, kill him, and then bring back Scyther for the switch in. Nope! Dude tanked it so hard, he lives with like 1 hit point. Now I don't know what I'm going to do here. I'm just going to go back into Savage Poo. And he's going to go for the C-Down. I know it's not going to do too much damage because it's more it's probably defense HP invested. He gets some lefties off, and I figure Savage Poo's dude's got really high attack power. I know an Earthquake is probably my best bet, so we're just going to go for that. I really need to throw Night Slash on this thing. But we do end up taking it out with the Earthquake, and that's beautiful. I'm liking that, I'm liking it, I'm liking it. So that's both his ghost types down, but it doesn't matter because rocks are already gone. And that honestly scared me a lot, bringing 2 ghost types. Rocks mattered a lot. So he goes into his Cacturn, and I think he might have thought I was Guts. Maybe he outspeed me. But being Quick Feet actually got us the first hit here, because he's going to go for the Drain Punch. If he'd gone for the Sucker Punch, that would have been the end of Pooh. He might have actually, that might have been game for him, actually. If he'd gone for the Sucker Punch. But luckily he doesn't, he goes for the Drain Punch. Ursaring gets off a clean hit. We're going to go back in his form again. I know he's carrying the Sucker Punch, and I know we're faster. We're just going to go straight for a quick attack. When it comes down to priority like that, Scyther's faster, is going to go first. Sucker Punch won't even affect it. He's going to go into this Parasect. I am not ready to take a Spore. Don't want to do it. We're going to go into Top Gun just in case he ends up taking out Scyther. But Spore's not going to affect. Top Gun's looking pretty bad, but he's looking good at the same time. We're just going to go straight for a Brave Bird. And we're going to knock that Crab right on its ass. And that's 100% right there. Top Gun's going down with it. We still have Scyther in pocket, so that's going to be GG's. And honestly, I really think if he'd gone for the Stealth Rocks again, he'd probably have that game because my entire team is weak to it outside of like Ursaring and Sandslash. But hey man, great game. I'd love to do it again. Have a great night, guys.